I made it. Yay. We're here. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I am Donna from Purple Pinky Promises. And some days it's like, you know, I just slide in by the skin of my teeth. So, yep, that was today. It's been a busy day. Well, busy trying to get stuff done kind of day. So, yay. All right. Gosh, this light, it's like right in my face too. Oh. Okay. I have a warning. Okay, let's hope that takes care of it. Grr. Hopefully we don't have any tech issues again this week like we did last week. Okay, if you're here, say hello and I will get started. I'm just going to go ahead and pull out the products that I'm using for this. At least the products that I think I'm using for this. Sometimes I change my mind while I'm working on it, so. This is what I have picked out for our BetterPress calendar for November. We are gonna do pie. I might do a donut, I don't know, we'll see. But I think I'm just gonna stick to pie and a cup of coffee. And that just might be it. Hello, Eliza. Thanks for joining me. Welcome. Yay. Hope you are well and the week is being kind. Oh, thank you. I hope the same for you as well. That's very nice. Got a lot done today. I have just a smidgen left to do, so the day was good to me. Today was good to me. Lori was good to me today. She really helped quite a bit, so that was good. Yeah, I am doing well. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of walk you through. So we're doing I'm going to start stamping first. I have my scratch paper here. I'm going to pick out some apples. I think I'm going to stamp 3 apples. And I might even do a little caramel apple as well. So I just thought that would be really cute. Oh, an apple barrel would be darling. But I'm not going to do the apple barrel because our pie is bigger and I just kind of wanted it to be proportionate. And hi, Lindy! Welcome! I'm so glad you're here. Yay! Yay. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to start stamping. I'm going to start stamping the elements for my calendar. And fingers crossed, all goes well. So yeah. So I'm going to stamp my apples first. Should probably cut that down. I could use my bigger stamp wheel, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to use my smaller one because it fits within fits in the camera. So there's that. So I just want 1 caramel apple and we'll get an apple stamped several times. Let's do that now. Because the elements that I'm going to use from this set are going to be just a little bit, these are going to be like 2-step stamping. And sorry about the glare. Okay, so because I am going to color with alcohol markers, just a little bit, not a lot of coloring, I do need to use the Memento ink. So, all right. Thank you. Calendar time. Yay, love the calendars. I love the calendars too, Lindy. I love them for two reasons. First and foremost, it's been a lot of fun doing these calendars. This is the first time I've used these stamps. They haven't been conditioned, so I may have to stamp them twice. That's okay. First and foremost, lots of fun. Maybe just the caramel one again. But second of all, I'm just being really transparent with you. It's been nice because I already have the project picked out. Whoops, got ink on that. The project is already picked out, so all I have to do is figure out what elements I want to use on the calendar. So it's kind of been a really nice thing to have. I know what kind of know what I'm doing. So I've been thinking about this for a couple of weeks now, thinking about, oh, what am I gonna do? Like, it's November, you've already done pumpkins, and you've done leaves twice. Although fall's my favorite, so you can never have enough pumpkins and leaves and whatnot. Okay, so I am gonna take my paper and I'm gonna kind of shift it. And I'm going to shift, because I'm doing another apple. So I'm going to, whoopsie. That's okay. Nope, it's not okay. Bring it down here. There we go. We're gonna do two more apples. And it's okay with me that it's on a different spot on my paper. I just don't wanna have to change paper. I may need to clean my mat, y'all. Feels kind of dusty. There's the apple. Good enough. And do another one here. If I had a full piece of paper, I'm going to stamp that again. If I had a full piece of paper, then I wouldn't have to do all this hard work. Turning my paper and all, what all. Okay, let's be messy today. Got to clean that up because I know myself well enough to know that if I don't, it's going to end up somewhere else. Okay, so those are those three apples. I don't know. I mean, may or may not end up with the caramel apple. Who knows? We'll see. Now let's do our, let's go back to square one here. Let's do the pie. So I want to stamp first the bottom portion of this, which is going to be the plate, the pie plate. So I decided I wanted that to be a red. I am doing fall colors, so I am going to do that in red. So there's that. And I have picked my Catherine Pooler inks, and I am using my spa colors. So I picked Peppermint Scrub. And I agree with you, Eliza, on the paper. The paper is just absolutely darling. It's not what you would typically pick out for fall, but it does have some fall hues. And the pink is not what I would normally pick out for fall. So it's different. The rest of the stuff definitely has fall hues in it, but kind of fun and different, and I thought that would work. Definitely. That little ink pad is very dry. I think it needs to be re-inked from the last class we did last month. Or was it at the beginning of this month? I think we used it at the beginning of this month. I may even have used it double, used it for last month's BetterPress make and take. And then didn't re-ink it for the class. That's okay. We just keep on stamping. It'll work just fine. All right, so that's the bottom of the pie plate. And next is the pie crust, which is a tricky color to get. So I have picked out, for my pie crust, I should probably bring in this paper here so y'all can see it better. For my pie crust, Cashmere, which is a neutral color. That was kind of hard because, you know, we don't want pie crust to look like it's not done. We want the pie crust to look done. Okay, we need to move over. So what I'm doing here, if you get the back of my head, I apologize. So I'm trying to line this up so that it goes down into the little grooves and fits right in there. Let me see if I can get that down. There we go. So those little scallops, I'm moving my stamp down inside of there so that it picks that up right there so that we have that stamped, that top layer stamped right on top of the pan. It may miss, it may not. We'll see what happens here. So this color, Cashmere, is light, but you know, I think we could probably stamp it enough times to make it look a little darker. I didn't want it too yellow to make it look undone, but I think this is going to work. I think it's going to be a light, toasty enough brown that it will work. We definitely are going to need more than one because I like I want it to be solid. That is the first time I've used that stamp, so super cute. Pie is my favorite dessert. Totally my favorite, with a cup of coffee. Oh, heaven. So, which is the reason I picked this for November. No pie for Thanksgiving, dessert. Yum. Okay. And I think, yeah, I could have brought it down a little bit, but I'm okay with that. We're going to go with it. We're sticking with it. All right. Let's take that. Now the next thing we're going to stamp. Sorry if you guys can't see that very well. I hesitate to zoom in too much because then we get too close and I have to zoom out and then I get too far out. I'm not very good at that part of going live. Okay. I definitely want, I'm not going to do a piece of pie because I feel like this solid piece lends itself to more of like a lemon meringue or a pumpkin pie or something that is like, would be a solid color. That pie crust looks perfect. Yum. Thank you. Thank you, Alyssa. It does look very yummy. I'm ready to eat the pie crust too. So I think all that I am going to do I do want to do this little acorn is so cute, but I just don't know that the acorn is really going to work for what we're doing. If we were doing leaves, I would say yes, the acorn is just absolutely cute. So I'm going to do a cup of coffee, and because it's me, I want a big cup of coffee. So let's get some coffee rolling here. And I did pick out I thought I would go either spiced. What did I pick this out for? I thought an orange mug or a pink mug. And I'm like teetering on this, you guys. I'm trying to decide. I definitely think that I might do the top part of our BetterPress calendar in this, and the bottom portion of it, I want it to be this plaid. I just think so cute. I love that together. So I'm teetering on whether to go with spiced or to go with the pink, which is the quartz. So I think either one of those colors would be super cute. I mean, because we have red, I'm leaning a little bit more towards the spiced, but I just think that little mug would be so cute in pink. So sometimes it's hard to decide what you want to do. And so here I am thinking this through about laying my elements out. That pink might get lost if I use, yeah, you want to go pink? Okay, we're going pink. Yes, spoke up. I will decide. Thank you. Pink. Woohoo! Pink it is. So pink, we're going with pink. Hip hip hooray. Thank you for helping me make up my mind. Oh, you guys, I have it on the wrong side. I was like, how did that happen? Okay, to a different spot you go, right there. That's kind of funny. Now y'all feeling better about some of the stuff you do? That's what I'm here for. Any day you need some self-esteem boost, I'm here for that. I'm like, what in the world? Wrong side. I'm like, what happened to the top part of my cup? I'm supposed to stamp my coffee in it. And actually I thought, you know, a little mocha in that would be yummy. What is on my stamp? Grr, I had something on my stamp. So now, I'm gonna have to stamp that again. I might just give it a little ink on that side only. A little shading. I kind of like that. That's kind of cute. I like that. Yay. All right. Coffee cup. Now let's get our coffee inside of there. And I am definitely going to go with Macchiato for the inside of my cup. So I just kind of need to line up my stamp so that my coffee goes in side of there. Here we go. Macchiato is the brown that's in this paper. So we'll pick up some of that brown in there. You did not jinx the mug. It's called Donna Mac style. That's what happens. And I'm gonna do one more. And we are gonna do whipped cream too, you guys. I am gonna put some whipped cream right there on top of that mug. I just think that would be so fun. I think I've got that. That's cute. And there she is. Oh, I'm glad we went with pink on the mug. Super cute. Super, super cute. Okay. I do want to do, like I said, I get ink all over myself. I definitely want the this, which is the whipped cream, and I am going to heat emboss. So let's do the whipped cream here. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Let's see. I just brought over my embossing powder to make a decision on what I want to do with it. So I'm just gonna do white embossing powder, but I think I have some puffy, maybe. I thought puffy embossing powder would be fun. Or something shiny. Clear hologram sparkle, that would be cute if I don't have puffy. White pearl, that might be nice. White puff, that's what we're doing. We're doing white puff. All right, here we go. There it is. I'm using VersaMark, very well loved through many classes. I'll do it one more time. And let's just pour it on there. Make sure I got the right one. I do. That would be super fun. Now, here's the fun part of what I just did, folks. It is still on my sticky mat. This is gonna be fun. Pulling that off of there without getting it to go everywhere. Oh, thank goodness, y'all, my mat needs to be cleaned off. Tricky, tricky. There we go. Whew, I did it. Oh, how fun. That is going to be so much fun. All right, let's heat emboss. Let's do it. Where are you? There you are. Okay, I'll unplug that. Hold your ears. Sorry about the flickering. I don't know if you can see that. because I was kind of in the way. But it's a little puffy. Oops. I'll get it up here where you can see it. So you can kind of see it has a texture, a puffy texture to it. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of cool. It doesn't have a lot of lift, but it does have a puffy texture to it, which is fun. Really, really fun. I don't know what's going to happen when we run it through the die cut machine. We may have to stamp it and heat emboss it again, but we'll see what happens. Okay, I do need to pour this in. Get me some water. Okay, let's color these apples. I'm thinking no on the caramel apple. I was going to go with the caramel apple, but I think no. I think we're just going to do a little cluster of apples. And I thought green apples would be perfect because grannies are best for apple pie. So that is what we are going with. So I am glad though that I did think about, I thought this was my lightest color, but it may not be. Is this my darker? Oh well. This is a fun color though. I am going to put a little bit of brown on my leaves to kind of contrast it between learning a lot today. Thank you, whipped cream and mug. Look fab. Oh, I'm so glad you're learning. That's great. That makes me feel good to know that you're learning. Okay. So, yeah, we'll just go with a little dark right here on the apple. I might pull just a little bit more. These are in the same set. I can't remember, but I'll post it. This color is Parrot, and this color is Bamboo, I believe. I just colored on myself. So, just kind of pull out. I might go back in just a little bit more. Around the edge. It makes it look a little bit more realistic. And then I'm going to go light on the leaf. And no, I think I'm going to go the dark. I'm going to go the darker green on the leaf. And then the brown might blend a little bit better. So between the two, just put a little dab of brown. So what I mean by that, and I'll pull this up here and show you what I'm talking about. Where'd my green go? So I'll just kind of pull that out, blend it a little. And you know what? I might even just take some of this brown and bring it in spots and kind of blend it. Give it more realistic look. So pull this out. Let's go back over with our lighter color. Kind of blend it all together. There we go. We got a little bit of shading. I went outside the lines a little. I know you guys can't see that very well, but there's our little Granny Smith apple. So I'm just going to repeat this Bamboo is I'm starting with Bamboo, which is my lightest color. Just going over the whole thing in Bamboo. And then pulling it out some highlights. Or going in with some darker shading. And then pulling it and blending it all together. After I've added some of the darker colors in there. Let's get this. I always forget. I may not go with so much brown on that one. There we go. And we can pull all this out with this lightest color. I don't know that you would call it the lightest, it's just a different shade that blends really nicely. I like that one. I'll show you here when I'm done. So color all of this in. A little brown. Kind of just to divide the leaf from the apple. Go back in with this darker color, or this green color to kind of blend it a little. Last apple. Let's see. Bamboo, yep. Maybe just in the middle here. Let's see what that does. They're all three different. Not every apple is the same. And then our lightest. There. I just might like that one the best. I still like that one. I need a little more green in there though. I got my lids mixed up. That's funny. Need a little more green. Okay. A little less brown. Try to go light. There. There we go. All right, I shall show you. This color is milk chocolate. So here's our apples, just with a little bit of shading on them. Not a whole lot. Those are cute. Okay, now we get to die cut our elements here. And we could almost stamp something on there. We could put a leaf on there. Oh, that would be cute. Sometimes I get these fun little ideas from time to time. And these are on the same, they're on the same stamp. Oh, that's kind of big though. The acorn. We could stamp that little acorn on there. That would be cute, wouldn't it? Or a mushroom. Ooh, which one? Acorn or mushroom? I'm gonna do it, if I did the mushroom, it would be in red. If I do the acorn, I'll definitely do it in the macchiato. You guys decide, acorn or mushroom. That would be super cute. looking in my other stamp set. Yeah. No. I'll pop that back in and stamp whatever. Acorn, okay. It's on the smaller scale, so it'd be probably just be perfect for that. So that acorn will be really cute. Acorn. A cute little acorn. Right there on the side of that mug. Adorbs. Sometimes I just get really pleased when I come up with an idea. Oh, that would be perfect. All right. We have to do this a few times. Cute. Come on. I have to do that one more time. Is there something in my stamp again? Ink pads need re-inking. That's the problem. That's cute. I like it. Adorable. Yay. Then my cup's not so flat. All right. Now, let's take this out. I think I might wait to put those back until I know for sure I'm not going to be stamping again. Yeah, we're ready to die cut, aren't we? Here I go. I'm just going to cut things out, get them ready to be die cut. I usually put a sentiment, something on there, and I'm not sure. I kind of wanted something that said gratitude, but I got in a little bit of a hurry. Oh, almost forgot my whipped cream. That's it. Let's get our dyes. Apple. And we need our mug and our pie. Now, some people might want to die cut first and then stamp within the parameters of their die cut piece. I'm not that brave. At all. There's the whipped cream. Now that might have almost been cute to stamp and then die cut it and put it on the cup, but this works. This works just fine. So see how this goes. Cup. Wheel. And I usually do get my head in here to kind of figure out what I'm doing. Whoops. There's that. Here's our whipped cream. I won't make a choice. I'm glad Eliza made the choice. She's like, nope, I'm not doing it because every time I do, it must be the delay with the live. Sometimes the delay doesn't quite get to, you know, I'm not very patient and waiting for a response. Oh, how fun. I love it. I love it when that happens, when life is parallel with our crafting. It's kind of interesting, isn't it, when it happens like that? When it happens in the natural. Well, you're crafting in the natural, but it's kind of neat when those things do sync up. All right. I just have to say, I love how these apples turned out because that specific color, whoops, what am I doing wrong? Did I grab the wrong thing? I may have grabbed the wrong dye. No. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. That's why. That particular milk chocolate color must have a hue of, well, yes, brown will have a hue of red in it because that's kind of how you end up with brown, is mixing up colors like red with something else. Okay. I don't know if you can see it, but it has a red hue to it. It's very realistic, like the, I gotta hold still. Come on. There it goes. It's really pretty. Very natural looking. You know how apples kind of start to look like they're turning that reddish color, the green ones do. Okay. At least some of the ones that I've seen do. Here we go. Oh, Lindy loves it when things sync up like that. She does. I will tell you that's for sure. All right. I love it. Oh, our puffy, it just looks fantastic. I'm going to have to wait for it to. There we go. I don't know if y'all can see that. It still looks, it's got a very nice little puffy texture on it. So we don't need to do that again. You could do it again if you wanted to, so that you would have a little bit more like garden apples. They do. They absolutely do. But on that puff, if you wanted a little bit more depth on it, you could do it again. You could do it a second time. Ink it up again in the same place. That's the beauty of a stamping platform. Ink it back up again, and then apply more embossing powder. And you would definitely get, okay, this I need to put away. Y'all, I'm really bad about losing stuff. So if I don't put it away, it gets lost. So excuse me while I get a little OCD with things. There's the apple. So we're gonna need that again. And then There's our pie, which did not turn out bad at all. At all. As a matter of fact, I thought about going around that top edge with a little bit of brown, but I'm thinking I might not because it might look a little odd. With the white at the bottom and no white edge at the top, so I think I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay, and we can't go around the edges of the crust on the pie pan, so I'll just let it be. All right, there's that die. And we'll put our finished pieces over here. First apple, voila, cute, very cute. We'll do the second apple. Hopefully I got that in there right. Whoops. I should have put it closer to the edge so I wouldn't have to go so far. Go. Get through there. All right. Maybe on the next apple I can do it that way. And very nice. Last one. Right on that edge. Yay, done. Yay, they turned out nice. Okay, apple goes back. And these can go back. Hip hip. I think I did it like that. Who knows what I did? I can never put them back in the same way the second time. And I think I'm done die cutting. We shall see. I might have to put, I might put it in a, I just might put the whole thing in like a die cut circle at the top. I don't know, we'll see. I might go run and grab some circles to kind of sit them and arrange them in a circle. Like maybe just a little bit in front here. And a few spilled apples, you know, just kind of like some apples. That's really cute. I kind of like that. Or maybe the cup can be kind of in back, maybe, like that. I don't know, y'all. I'll play with it when I get to that point, but that might be too much green. I'm thinking it's too much. So maybe we might do some ink blending with some Macchiato for a background circle. I might like that better. And then we could put I don't know. I'll go get the circles though, because that was just a last minute thought. I think what we'll do first is we'll get our calendar. Lime green, I know it. Oh, you just had a huge storm here. Oh gosh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's never any fun. Those storms are, we have had a week of rain here. Lots of rain, cold and wet. Not my favorite combination. If it's gonna be cold, I'd rather that it snow. I know snow is wet, but still, I'd rather have the snow than the rain and the cold. I hate rain and cold, but I know it's fall time when it rains, it's cold, but I'm telling you what, we've had some really chilly days here lately with no sunshine and all rain. I'll be right back, you guys. Let's see. Oh, I think I found my solution. All right, and now I gotta go get my plates for it. All right. I'm going to use these nesting frames. So let's get creative, shall we? So we'll do a frame. Let's see, how big do we need a frame? We need it bigger than that. Yeah, that might be too much. Oh boy, that decisions. Let's see if we just kind of, I need room for my apples though. So maybe that would be the solution, would be to put that behind it, put my cut back there. Yeah, and then my apples could go kind of like out front here, just a little. My pie would stick up. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this one. I think I can get it all in this frame. This is too much space. So I'm gonna die cut this twice. First out of white, and then I'm going to die cut it. I don't think this is going to fit on this plate. Oh, it will. I don't have to drag all this out. Perfect. All right. So the first thing I'm going to die cut it from is white cardstock. Did you ever see so much fuss for a calendar? Did ya? Then I'm gonna die cut it next out of this. And then I'm gonna use the inside white piece for my background on all these pieces. And then the outside is gonna be this framed. And I think that's gonna be nice. I'm really gonna like that, I think. It's all gonna pull together fairly nicely. We shall see. Sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't. We shall see. All right. Come on. Oh, it's one of these. There we go. Just kind of had to hold my plate down. Storm in a teacup, Crafty. Oh my gosh. Crafty synchronicity. I love it. Oh, synchronicity. T. There you go. We're going to pull in the T part of that. That's funny. See if I can just get that. Nope, it's not coming out. It's in there. All right, now we're going to do this again with this green. This is actually, this color that Catherine Pooler has here is called, what is it? With an Olive. That is the color, With an Olive. Now, let me cut that out first. Where's my scissors? I think there we go. Oh, I missed that. We live next to a woodland, so it sounds like a train tunnel. Just keep watching the lovely crafting. Oh, is it storming like right now? Oh dear. Stay safe, Eliza. Oh, yeah. Wind tunnel here in the Midwest is not good. When it sounds like a wind tunnel. Here where we are, we have tornadoes a lot. Well, in the Midwest, not here in this town, but in the Midwest, we get tornadoes. So that is not a good sound around here. Okay, so this is what I was trying to explain, that this would make a nice little frame. And then, so we're gonna ink this up in Macchiato, and then we'll have that nice little frame to go on this floral background with all of our elements in it, and this will be the bottom part. Okay. Now that we have that. Okay. I'm excited about this. I did bring a brush. That I brought only because I thought I was going to ink up the edges of my pie, but changed my mind on that. So now the brush is going to come in quite handy because we're going to ink up this background. Oh, sorry if I'm shaking. do want it slightly on the darker side because of the pie crust. I don't want it to get lost. Whoops, that's gonna be the bottom. I'll cover that up. But usually, if we keep on, it's not too bad. So I think we have enough contrast here. Yeah. So our cup can kind of be off like that. I hope we have enough room. Apples. Cute. Very cute. Okay. I kind of do feel like I want a sentiment in there. Let's see what we... It says Happy Fall. We could stamp Happy Fall in there, couldn't we? We could get it to fit. No. Let's see. We shall see. I think this paper is really going to make this project pop. Once we're done with it. There it is. Where's mine? All right, here we go. It's BetterPress time. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do Happy Fall. I wanted to do Gratitude. What's on this other stamp set? Like, cute. This little, oh, huh. Well, I was just thinking fresh apples would be cute on that little sign. More stamping, right? That would be cute. Be really cute. Kind of behind the apple pie, fresh apples. Ugh. Let me see. What colors did I bring out here? My colors are kind of dark though. I'd have to go get some lighter browns. I think I have almond butter. Just don't know if we could see it on there. Is the, oh gosh, tornado. Ugh. You all get those too? Well, this color might work. I might go grab another lighter version of that. What is that? That would be the vanilla cream. I might go grab some vanilla cream. I'll be right back. What do you think? Should we put a fresh apples sign behind it or something? I don't know. Would that look weird? Maybe it would. What do you think? Oh, if I had a give, that would be really nice. Give thanks. That would be cute. All right, folks, hold on 1 second while I I might add a sentiment. Okay, the voice in my head says, keep moving and think about it while you're working. And everybody online says, you're welcome. Now let me clean up my mess. And we'll get back to this. Keep these out, but we're gonna move to going to the BetterPress portion. So, I would like to go ahead and get this part done. So let's get this out. And I have something really fun to show you. This little hack came from Shaw. And shout out to Shaw. She is one of my BetterPress customers and BetterPress Society customers. She got one of, I believe it was, I can't remember the brand. It might have been Sizzix. I can't remember what brand, but she had a plastic, almost kind of like the, oh gosh, I can't think of anything tonight. Oh gosh, what is the thing for the stamp? See, I can't think of it. Turnabout stamps. The turnabout stamp tool that you use, the sticky plastic grid paper, or not paper, but the plastic sticky stuff. Anyway, she taped it to her to stick her paper on. And when I saw that, I thought, these Sizzix papers. So it's double-sided on these. And I thought, what a neat idea to go ahead and try to use these. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to take this and I am going to, so I've been using removable tape on mine. Gotcha. Well, I'm glad it's not a tornado. That's good news. So, but even windstorms can be bad. So I'm going to pull this all off of here. I've used removable double-sided or a tape runner, and maybe the words that I need will come to me. Anywho, yes, it's called the jig, the turnabout jig. So there's one that has a sticky side, and then you stick it in the turnabout. So she had something like that, and I believe it was a Sizzix brand. And so that's what prompted me to think, oh, this would be fantastic for this. So, words are hard today. All right. So if I want this part to face me, I'm just going to go ahead and stick that on like so. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stick it like, I might have to trim some of it off though. Whoops. But the nice part is that it's going to stick on both sides. Looks about right to me. It'll stick on both sides, and you can still see, well, you won't be able to see. It won't be clear. I'm going to peel this part off. But that's super cool. This part goes up here. That will press and pick up. I love that. So yay. Now, the difference between this and that is that this is consumable. And those mats, you can wash them several times and they're reusable. I don't know how many times this will take me through, but just thought, oh, that's really cool. So we're gonna put our, get our paper. We're just gonna set it in the middle here. Right here. And I'm gonna pick it up. So the purpose of the sticky is to pick up the paper. And now it is stuck. And you can kind of see it. See how you can tell it's straight, and I can look at it through the light, sorta, and I don't know, you guys can't see it, but I can kind of see it. If I hold it up to the light, I can tell it's, you know, within my boundaries. All right, next. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that everything's in the middle here. I waste paper, I know. Y'all don't need to, I can hear it on the other end. What a waste of expensive paper. Well, if it makes my project go the way I want it to, I really don't care. So the 1st of November is on a Saturday, and there are only 30 days in November. And so I immediately know which one to pick up because the 1st is on a Saturday and the 30th is, it's only 30 days. So here we go. All right. Yeah, I feel pretty confident in that. Yep, I am. Okay, so I'm just centering it. Of course, this is my Wednesday. So I'm just trying to get this line here, and I'm gonna try to get that middle black line kind of in between my numbers there as best as I can. You know, sometimes it's a little crooked, but that's okay. I'm learning to let go. I'm gonna put our days of the week on here. And I'm gonna just put it right up here. And I can kind of tell if I'm straight or not. Bring it up a little. That looks good. And then November of 2025, I'll put right above that, and we should be in alignment with everything. Spellbinders has come out with the 2026 calendar for this, and we still have a few left in our store. I believe I've been linking those up. So everything we've done this year, you could do for a calendar next year. It doesn't have to be that you've missed out. All right, I'm using Versafine Clair, inking up. All looks good to me. One more time. For obsessive compulsive purposes, put my plate back on. And now, let me get out my handy dandy I'm only picking it up by the handle. Okay. We're going to run this through. So one of the things that I just realized I could have been putting my paper towards the top, and this catches at the bottom. You could do it that way. You know, hindsight's always 2020. Set you here. I've run out of desk space or table space. All right, looks good. Yay. Okay. I love it that this is got the grip on it. I can go back and clean this up. This needs to be cleaned. Clean off my plate, get it nice and clean, and yeah, super nice. Okay. There's that. So, our background piece is going to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's just like a regular A2 card piece. And so I want it to be that, let's see, I should go get my other calendars, kind of take a look at those. I always forget. Been doing this is my 11th one. And let's see, do I want, you know, I might want the whole thing on this background. That would just kind of pull this together. I think that might actually be really pretty. And you know what, folks? It doesn't have to be inside the circle. Not everything has to be inside the circle. Although the apples would be better if they were super cute. Cute. I'm really gonna like that. And then this part at the bottom. Yeah, I think that's gonna turn out really cute. I like it. I still feel like I need Versafine and Versafine Clair. Okay, so Versafine, the Versafine Clair is like precision. So the black ink in Versafine Clair is a precise pigment ink. The regular, this Versafine, there's not really much of a difference between, they're both pigment, fine detail. I think, to be honest with you, when I read between the two of these, there's not really a difference between them. They're both, yeah. They both actually have the same description on the back. It's just, this is Versafine Clair, this is Versafine. They're the same thing. Ultimately, they are. Somebody else out there probably could challenge that, and I would welcome that. But the actual description on the back of these is the same. So I would say there isn't. Now the VersaMark is, of course, your embossing. That's your embossing. Okay, now I am going to go ahead, before I forget, I'm going to glue the whipped cream on here. And where's there you are. Will also help with placement to know exactly where we're going to place that. Okay, we had air. Now we don't. Something is in there. There we go. Now I need to not have so much. Super cute. Oops. That is so cute. Yeah, and probably the cost. Yeah. Another thing. Okay, so here's another one. So this has a hinge lid, which can be a little annoying, okay? This one doesn't, it just comes straight off. So that is a difference in their packaging. Yeah, super annoying. The hinge drives me nuts. Okay, that's cute. I like it. Super cute. All right, now let's cut this down. I am gonna start with my background. And I'm still thinking about my sentiment. I don't know why, but I am. I'm gonna go ahead and use this. So this is gonna be the size of a regular A2 card. This is gonna be, the background is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay. And then let's do the bottom first. How's that? I'm going to bring it in to 3 3/4, just so we can have, should I bring it to 4? We'll have more. Stop being OCD. 3 3/4. Nope, we're going to 4. Bringing it to 4. By 5 1/4. Nope, not by 5 1/4. I'm going to bring it into 3. And the top will be, should I go 2 3/4? And then the top would be 2 1/2. Yeah. We also have to remember that our calendar portion fits in there. So, because this part is, again, 4 by 2 3/4, I'm going to bring this into 3 3/2. Yeah, let's bring it into 3 1/2 if we can. Let me see. Let's get our. The whole calendar is almost 2 1/4, not quite. All right, so let's bring it to 3 1/2. Or 3 1/4, sorry. 3 1/4. 3 1/4, 3 1/4. So what I do is I usually come down, I'm gonna go 1/2 inch on here, because if I go 1/2 inch over on the other side, take another 1/2 inch off, because that brought it down to 3 3/4, and now we'll go another 1/2 inch, and that is 3 1/4. Perfect. So our top part is 2 3/4. So we have approximately 1 3/4, almost. Nope, it's actually more like 1 1/2. So we're going to bring it down to 2 1/4. I'm going to start at 4, just to be conservative. Whoops, I should have brought it off one more. That's at 2 1/2. And then at the bottom, we'll go at 2 1/4 if I can see it there. too much at the bottom, but that's okay. I like it. It's gonna work. So we still have our border. This is gonna go on like this. I love that. That's cute. And now we're gonna do the top. And the top portion is going to be, because our bottom is 2 3/4, we need 2 1/2 to make it 5 no. See, I'm gonna have to pull this on here because we want 5 1/4. Just to let you know, if you ever get lost, so we need 2 1/2. I was right. 2 1/2. Did I say 2 1/2? 2 1/2. What do we have here? I can't remember. 4. That's what we had. All right. 2 1/2 by, or two, yeah, is that right? 2 1/2 by 4. If it's too long, you tuck it under. And that looks just right. So there it is. Here's our calendar. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I love it. And then our little circle, which kind of dips it down over. And I love that because it kind of helps the transition between the two. Get all this stuff. Y'all should see this place when I'm done. Measure twice, cut once. Yes, I always do that. Oh, I know. Well, sometimes I always do that. Yeah, sometimes I don't do that, and I should have done that. So, all right, here we go. I feel like I want to tape that together because I'm going to pop it up. Definitely. Unless I do this over here. That's cute too. Well, I definitely don't have a die cut big enough to say gratitude. I'll say that right now. It won't, or small enough to say gratitude, but I definitely feel like I need something here in that space. I don't know. You like the cup on the left or the right? I'm kind of feeling it. It doesn't matter. But I will tell you, I'm definitely going to tape this in the back. Or here's a little hack, guys. Just going to share this. If you are needing to do this, you can take your paper and you can cut a piece of cardstock that would go, where's my scissors? That's what I'm looking around for, is my scissors. Cut strips or whatever you like. I'm going to cut a piece of cardstock to fit back here and kind of just snip my corners just a smidgen, and that will hold it together. So you can see how that's going to all stay together. So as long as it's all inlaid just nice, you can do that. So there's a little hack for you. Mug to the left. Mug to the left it is. Thank you for helping me make decisions. I am terrible. Hi, Lori. I just now realized it was you that said that. Hello, hello. Welcome. Okay. Mug to the left it is. And now it kind of all sticks in there together. And now you don't have to worry about it. You can pop it up and it's all good to go. Okay. I have to make my decision now what I'm gonna, if I'm gonna stamp something in there or not. And I think that sentiment that says it's cozy time is really cute. And I'm gonna stamp it. I'm gonna use that one. It's cozy time. I think that's perfect. Comfort food, cozy, all of that is perfect for this. So here we go. Ignore that I have 1,000 stamps on my stamp wheel. And I'm gonna play my little game here where I stamp it and cut it up into bits and pieces so that it all fit on there the way I want it to. I think it's gonna work. I could also cut up my stamp. I do hesitate to do, I have done that from time to time, but I hesitate because getting them lined up back together is sometimes a pill. So, and now what color do we stamp in? Don't make it hard. I think we'll go with black. We'll tie it with the calendar. And there it is. And now I'm just going to cut that up. It's taking me. Guys, I'm a slow crafter. Very slow. Is that straight? Yeah, that I think that edge is straight. If I'm just gonna make sure it's straight. So we're gonna pop this in. Cut a strip. Was cutting it close. I'm going to cut a little bit more off the top here. Just eyeballing it to make sure it's straight. I could probably get a little bit more in there. If I could get it out. There we go. I can do it by hand. This is the point where you go, time to do it by hand. I didn't see. Spiced. Oh, that would have been cute. Spiced would have been perfect. I didn't see it. I am so sorry I didn't see it. I didn't see you say that. Otherwise, spiced would have been cute. Very cute. It would have. I would have definitely done that if I'd have thought about that and I'd seen your comment. Spiced. Ah, darn it. Cutting it down. I like it that this is in like lowercase. It's cute. I think that's perfect. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Okay. So this says it's cozy time. So we'll glue this down. how this fits. May have to come up here. I like them kind of wonky. That's cute. Our apples are going to go kind of here in the front. All right, that's the way I want my cluster to look. So I'm going to grab some glue. I do like that. So here we are. Glue on the back. Hopefully there's glue coming out because yep, there is, and more than I wanted. And then this one's going to go right under here. And as luck would have it, I put my favorite one right out front. Bring that here. Here we go. Okay. Gotta make sure I leave enough room for my apples, which yeah, let's put them on some dimension. Let's do it. Hold them together too. Oop. You know what? I have that little brown splotch, and I think I'm going to move it over here, kind of out of the way. Yeah, not so much. It's a little harder to see. It's not as noticeable. Bring you up there, and there it is. Well, that only took forever. See? And a little glue back there. A little bit of glue over here. Okay. Pop this up. I got a little too much there. There. And then, we'll put a little bit there so we can catch that. There we go. Okay. Then our sentiment. We're almost done, you guys. I'm sorry it's taken so long. Cute. All right, here we go. It's cozy time. I don't remember how I had it before. Yeah. That looks cute right there. Sometimes it just happens, you know? Gotta get that over it. There we go. Actually, let's do that. That's how I first found you. After their push out demo, you were the only one in a Google search who helped me with my card making. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for sharing that with me. That's super sweet. Thanks. Oh. Okay, I think we did it, folks. I think we finally have this little, oh, it's so cute, you guys. I love it so much. So here we go. I knew this paper would be a showstopper for this. I just absolutely love this paper pack. I love that pink is a part of it. It's so very non-traditional, but it works, you know? So here it is. Bottom. And yay. Oops. Thank you for sharing that. That just means a lot to me that you shared that. Okay. Oops, I got a little heavy on one side. That's okay. You know what? It happens. And now I'm going to pop this top part on dimension, and we are done. Sorry, folks, this took a little longer than I expected. It was all the stamping elements, the coloring. But boy, howdy, that sure was fun. Loved it. Love, love, loved it. Go. And on dimension for this. Yep. Where did we put that leftover piece? I think I'll use that around this to kind of hold it together. That's perfect. Just cut some pieces to do that, here and there. This There. There it is. All right. And try to center that as best as I can. Done. Oh, thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. That's so sweet. All right. Yay. Apples and pie. Well, apple pie. And your nice little yummy cup of whatever it is, mocha, spiced, whatever. But a cup of coffee definitely with some whipped cream on top doesn't hurt. Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right. Yay. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me, you guys. Woo, an hour and 45. Yikes. Oh, it's been great fun this evening. Thank you so much. Have a happy Halloween, everyone. Take care. Oh, you have a happy Halloween too. Have fun. And you all as well. Everybody else, thanks so much for hanging in there with me. I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day and week and weekend. Bye-bye.